I film early when I first start speaking for the day, I sound like a 90-year-old smoker, and I don't smoke. I don't know what it is. I just have a raspier, deeper voice. Today I wanted to come on and, you know, I really enjoy chit-chatting, talking, you know, with you guys, and just kind of, like I said, just kind of talking. And your reviews are fun. They just, sorry, I just turned my light on, so it's kind of blinding right now. Sorry. I like reviewing stuff, or actually I haven't really been doing a whole lot of reviewing. I've been doing mostly first impressions because I haven't really been using things on here, and I find just because that takes a lot of time, so I'd rather just sit and talk to you guys and like have a conversation with you and do my makeup with you, like, you know, get your makeup and sit down and do it together. I'm putting on the Jaclyn Hill highlighter. I didn't put any on, so it's easier for me to do my face makeup first before I kind of do stuff like this, just because I don't know, I don't find, like, I love watching people put foundation on, but I don't find that it is necessarily fun for, it's not like my favorite process. I think eyeshadow is, and so that's why I'd rather do that. And so right now I'm sitting here at my desk, which I think I need a smaller one. My desk is, so I'm also a nail tech instructor. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Bare Necessities palette today. So I'm also a nail tech instructor, so I help girls get their licenses, and this was one of the desks that I was using at my old space. If you have been watching me, I was talking about how I'm moving my space. Oh, and I have a P. Louise base on my eyes right now. I was talking about how I was moving my space and I didn't have a need for this table, like this extra table at the time. So I was like, I'll just bring it home and figure out what I'll do with it. And this is before really my intentions of doing YouTube again. So I really, it was just gonna come home and just kind of sit in the garage, but I decided to stick it in this space I have here and use it to have more of like a, this highlighter is so pretty. It is so pretty. I'm gonna have to buff it out a little because I feel like it is a little strong. I don't know if oh gosh, it is so pretty. I'm just gonna have to like spritz my face. I got this stuff from Clarity. I'm just not sure if it's gonna make me oily. I've never seen videos of anyone using this. It's coconut water. I might just have to give it a try. Oh, I have a story time for you about them. Yeah, so anyways, I really like to, you know, just sit and chat with you guys. But yeah, so I brought this desk in and it seems to be just like a little too big. Like I don't have enough space back here to like move around. Yeah, that's not the color I want to use first. I need a transition color, something lighter. Use Hot Gossip. If you have this palette, you know what colors I'm using. This is just a big, huge neutral palette, basically. No, not basically about it. That's what this is. It's just super, super neutral. I think that I think that I'm darker than I am or something, because I always pick transition colors to use that are not transition colors. They're like just regular, colors people would use for all over the eye. But anyways, let's talk about Clarity Cosmetics and the experience I had with them. So I have a review, or not a review, it's like a first impression going up of a palette that I ordered from them. They are an indie brand, very small. I had heard about them, but I just didn't know enough to want to order anything from them. And their products aren't cheap. Their palettes range from $54 to, I think they have like smaller ones, but I don't know how much their smaller palettes are. And so I just didn't know enough to want to spend that kind of money on a palette that I didn't hear too much about. And then I saw on Black Friday that they were having a sale. I think I'm going to use Tabloid, which is just a deeper brown. So, yeah, they had like $10 off their palettes Black Friday. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go ahead and get one. And because like what I had seen about them was that the pigmentation in their eyeshadows was beautiful. And so that really kind of excited me. I was like, oh, I'm a real sucker for like a nice shimmery shadow. Like obviously I love the Super Shock shadows from Colourpop, but they're like some of my favorites. And so I decided to go ahead and get it since it was on sale. And it did take a while to come. I cannot remember exactly how long. No, Black Friday just barely arrived yesterday. Today is the 13th. And so yeah, that's a while. That palette took a while. And from my understanding, and I may be wrong, the company's based out of Texas, so I don't really understand why it would have taken that long, but it took a while. Like I've said before, I think they had their slowest donkey delivering it to me. Yeah, I like how this is looking. I'm so brown. The colors I choose are so dark. Brown, like I always pick brown, like I never choose other colors. I'm going to put in a little bit of Active Wool, which is kind of like a dark plum, just to kind of maybe switch it up just a tad. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I'm definitely going to blend all this out because I'm going to work and it's early, and I am going to end up going to work with like a night eye, which I don't really care. I'll wear whatever to work. But so anyway, I ordered the palette. It took 8 years to come, which was already annoying, but it was whatever. It's not like I don't have plenty of makeup to play with in the meantime, so I wasn't like emailing them or anything trying to like find out where it was at. They were sending me periodic emails letting me know, your product is on its way, blah 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 blah, right? So I'm like, finally yesterday it arrives, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yay, it finally came. And I'm like super excited. It's like, they only have like 2 large palettes. That's how small this company is. Oh, yeah, this is pretty. I'm going to use this one on my lid. And I open it, and you are not going to believe what this looks like. Okay, it looks a little worse now just because once I started trying to swatch the colors that weren't broken, I'm almost afraid to open this because of the fact that I changed, I'm in what I'm wearing to work, and I don't want to get this eyeshadow all over me. But this is literally unbelievable. This came broken. And then when I started swatching this one and this one and this one, I haven't swatched this one or this one. So it seems that to me that the mattes completely fall apart once you touch them. This is what happened. Like this one, I was able to push back into place with some alcohol. I did that to this one. Clearly it didn't work because it is like worse now than it was in the first place. Oh my gosh. When I tell you that I was literally so excited to receive this palette, like their formulation is so soft. It is really, really pretty. Really pretty. Their metallics are like nothing I've ever seen before. Nothing I've ever seen before. I was dying to get my hands on this. Like, look at how beautiful that is. And then I saw that. You know, I'm like, you know, my package wasn't damaged. Like the box that it came in from the post office, everything looked fine. And so I thought, it's okay. You know what? Things happen. It's the holiday season. Lots of things are getting shipped. So, you know, maybe it just got banged around a little bit more than it should have. I'm just going to contact the company and send them a picture of the palette and how it came. And, oh, you know, get this taken care of, you know, because with everything I paid, I think it ended up being $50 something. And let me tell you that their response to my email was actually shocking. Okay, at first they were pretty friendly. They asked if, you know, well, I wouldn't really say friendly. They asked if they told me what I could do. They said, you can send the package or the palette back at my expense at first, and then they would reimburse me for the shipping. And then they said that, they said that I could ship it back and get a full refund. And I was like, okay, I don't really like want a refund. I want the palette that I've been looking forward to getting forever. So that was so they gave me options. I'm gonna be completely transparent here because I posted something on Instagram about it and they're trying to call me basically a liar. So they told me they had 3 options for me. One, she would tell me how I could fix my eyeshadows, which everybody knows in order to fix an eyeshadow, all you have to do is kind of like dig it out, mix it with some rubbing alcohol, put it back in there, you know, use like a quarter or whatever size the palette or the shadow size is, and then it will, you know, go back to some kind of something like what it was before. Definitely not what it was in the first place. Okay. Keep in mind, this is after I sent them a picture, and that brown eyeshadow that broke, the very first one, was all over every eyeshadow. So I was afraid to like pat it and get all the brown off of the rest of them in fear of them all falling apart as well. But anyway, so she tells me that, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna sit here and take my time out of my day to fix an eyeshadow palette. It should have come properly in the first place. And I said, I have no problem shipping it back, but I would like a replacement. And they tell me no, that I will not be receiving a replacement, that they're just going to refund me my money. And that's that. And then if I have a problem, I can contact USPS and file a claim with them for the damaged palette. Even though my package wasn't damaged, my package was actually like in perfect condition when it arrived at my house. Like, it literally didn't it looked like it came straight from the warehouse. That's how nicely it was. So I know that it could have been the post office, but I doubt it, just because I've had damaged packages come from the post office, and they look damaged. They're bent, they're smashed in, you know, they're just not treated so nicely. This palette did not look, or this package didn't look like that. So me and this person are going back and forth for probably a good hour. Then I post a picture of the palette on Instagram, and they commented on it and basically called me saying I'm being dishonest, that they offered me this bright light is literally like making it look, it's so hard to be able to tell. There, oh my gosh, okay, it's got like different settings, and I had it on like the brightest one. So much better, because now it's actually what my eyes look like. So anyway, I tell her I'm not going to send this palette back. I'm also not going to have you tell me how to repress my powder, because it shouldn't have come like this in the first place. The package was so well packaged. The eyeshadow palette was so well packaged that the only thing that I can think, in all honesty, is that it was stuck in the box broken, or broken in the process of putting it in the box, just because it was literally wrapped in so much bubble wrap, and then crepe paper, not crepe paper, like this, the paper you put in like gift bags, a bunch of that, and then it was just so well packaged that there's just no way that it could have possibly happened after. I don't think. I think that it happened beforehand, or while the process of putting it in the package, or in the box. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I don't know if you guys can see. This is this one is Silk Teddy. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I don't usually like these kind of colors on my lid, just because it's a little darker, and I like to brighten up my lid, not make it a little darker, but it's not too bad. So yeah, so we're going back and forth, and then she, you know, says that I'm getting aggressive, and of course I am. You've called me, in other words, a liar, and then you are refusing to replace the palette that I received damaged, and her words were, we do not, we're a small company and we do not send out replacements. I'm quoting what she said. And then I literally am still floored because I was actually like, I thought it was so awesome. In the box, they sent a 10% discount on another pallet. And so I was like, oh, they have 2 pallets on their whole website that are the size, like this size. I'm going to use that and buy the other one. If I really enjoyed this one. And whoever I was dealing with, like, I could not believe that that was how they were acting. Like, I think if I was like not wanting to show proof that the pallet was broken, or I was just kind of like, you know, if they felt like they were getting, you know, lied to, because I'm sure that happens all the time. I'm sure people call companies and tell them, oh, my pallet's broken, I need a replacement. And, you know, companies want to please their customers, because that's who keeps them in business. And so some of these companies will just send you a replacement. Well, hopefully most companies have gotten kind of smart and request proof, like at least a picture of what the broken pallet looks like before they're out just sending free pallets to people, you know, because you never know if it's true or not. But they didn't even have to ask me for a picture. I sent it with my original, very, very first email. And so the fact that they were so unwilling to do anything about, and I'm sorry that I'm completely blocking my face, but I don't know how else to do my eyeliner. I am not, yeah, the eyeliner is like my hardest part of my makeup, but I love the way it looks. Makes your lashes look so full. And yeah, I don't know if other people have had these kind of experiences with other companies or with Clarity themselves. But I'm literally, utterly, no joke, in shock. They basically refused any kind of help, told me that I needed, because I purchased it through, I don't know if you guys, it's kind of like an Afterpay program, but it's called Sizzle, something like that. I purchased it through them, and so they said, we are no longer going to be responding to your emails. You are going to have to go through them, and we will send them any proof we need. And basically, have a good night. Enjoy your broken pallet is the response I got. And like, to be perfectly honest, it wasn't even angry. I'm like sad. Because I really wanted to support this indie brand. Their products are gorgeous. Their formulation is like butter soft. Like, seriously, like, I've never felt anything like that before. Never. Like, no joke. Like, their eyeshadow palette is stunning. But I'm like, how can I support a company that literally just treated me like a piece of crap? And like, and then she, in on my post on Instagram, I had mentioned that, because like, I looked on their website, I didn't remember how much I paid. I looked on their website and I saw the price, and I was like, I paid $50 something for this palette, and they wrote, you did not, you're a liar. And I'm like, okay, let me fix that. I'm sorry, I paid whatever it was that they were, 45 or 40 or something like that, that they were, that it was on the day of their sale on Black Friday. And so I fixed that on the post, because that was like the only thing that I got wrong, and it wasn't like an intentional lie, because that really had nothing to do with anything. Like, it's like, we're talking about the palette itself. I don't give a shit if I paid $10 You sent me a pallet that was not what I paid for, which was broken. And I am not going to pay more money to ship it to you. And then possibly, like, yeah, it's just not gonna happen. I was just like, you're tripping. Like, I've had companies, I've had a company, and I really wish I can remember the name, but I can't. I just remember the situation, which I really wish I remembered the name because they deserve some recognition. They sent me a pallet and it came broken. Oh my gosh, I remember. It was Manny MUA, Lunar Beauty. They sent me a pallet, the Life's a Drag palette. I bought it. It came and the black was broken, and I opened it in my bedroom and the black went all over my carpet. It was a nightmare. Well, I didn't even tell them anything about it because I really wasn't that, like, the only thing I was annoyed about was the fact that it got on my carpet. The whole black wasn't even broken. It was just like pieces of it were missing, and that's what fell out. Like, it came apart a little bit, but there was still plenty of black in the palette. So I was like, I'm not even going to contact them regarding the palette. Like, it's not a big deal. And then I posted the picture on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, I got my Manny palette. Unfortunately, it came broken and got all over my carpet. Like, how annoying. They reached out to me. They sent me another one without me even asking. And they sent me his Medusa, I think is what it was called, his Medusa palette for free. And I'm not saying that that's what I wanted Clarity to do, but I'm just saying that's how you treat your your customers. Because what happened? I ended up buying another, and they didn't even just send me one Life's a Drag palette. They sent me two. So I ended up with 3 palettes total. I know one was an accident, and I offered to send it back to them, and they said it was fine, I could keep it. So I ended up just giving it to my daughter. And then they sent me that Medusa palette. And then they, like, were apologizing and blah, blah, blah. And so I definitely went into my post on Instagram and, like, just talked about how, like, I've never been treated so kindly by a company, because, they did that on their own. And like I'm saying, and he's an indie brand. He's a small company. It's just him. And look what he did. He sent me a total of 3 palettes for the price of one. And all it was one broken eyeshadow, and it wasn't even completely broken. It was just a little bit broken. And yeah, and Clarity over here is acting like they're selling gold and are unwilling to even replace my palette. And I never said I wouldn't send it back. I just wanted my replacement first. I wanted to see that what I was getting wasn't going to be the same exact thing that I got in the first place. I'm using the, this is the Monsieur Big mascara. I got like a kit. It came with a mini and a full size. So I was going to use the mini first, but I'm really, really hating this little teeny handle. It is so hard to use with nails. But I'm not going to waste it. And so far I'm liking it way better than the Kush mascara by Milk. I don't know what. I'm super loyal to things like mascara and like eyeliner. And so if I find something that I really, really like, I'll stick to it. And so I just stuck to the Milk, the Kush mascara, because at first, when I was first using it, I thought it was amazing. And then I realized it actually isn't, because it's all over my face by the end of the day. So anyways, we ended off basically, she responded and said, we're a small company, we can't send replacements, and that's basically that. So I responded and I said, and that she won't be responding to any more of my emails. And so I said, I do understand that you're a small company. I am not asking for anything other than what I deserve, which is a palette that isn't broken and that is not unusable, because that brown is literally everywhere. It's on every eyeshadow in the kit. And I have alcohol, so I tried to spray some alcohol on it and then kind of press it down. And when I sprayed the alcohol on it, this is how dusty it was when I sprayed the alcohol. And it did a small, not as heavy squirt. It went and went everywhere again. So I was just like, I can't dig it out. Like, it's going to get everywhere. And I'm not willing to do that. Like, what? I shouldn't have to. I just bought this. Like, this palette should have come beautifully packaged, which it was, and in pristine condition. And then when it didn't, which things happen, they should have been more willing to cooperate with me as far as replacing my palette. $40 is not, no, isn't nothing. Some people make that in, don't make that make that in like 4 hours of work. And so for them to just be like, oh, nope, sorry, like, either you press it back together or you pay and send it back and we'll give you your money back. So basically kind of like my time is worth nothing, because I would have to, go to the post office, ship it back, wait a million years because they seem to take forever to do anything. And yeah, that just wasn't gonna happen. So hopefully Sezzle sides with me and gives me my money back, because I am pretty angry with this company. But I'm also like, I really want to try their products. I think they're beautiful. I think they make a really great formula, and usually indie brands do. I mean, I've tried a couple of different indie brands and their makeup is usually really nice. There's some other ones I really want to try. I can't remember the name of it, but it's also kind of expensive. And so I've been holding off because I know that these softer eyeshadows are probably really hard to ship, obviously. And like I said, I've had a couple of palettes come broken, but not to this point. And so I didn't even mention it to the company because I just fixed it. It was just that not big of a deal to me that I could just put it back together myself and not really. Look at this mascara. It is amazing, dude. It is so pretty. I love mascara. It's like my favorite part because it just brings your eyes to life. And I really feel like that serum I'm using is just doing such a good job. Yeah, so that's my experience with Clarity Cosmetics, and genuinely I really hope that they make this right. Like, I don't know who I was dealing with, if it was the owner or if it was just a customer service rep or who I was dealing with, but like, you don't talk to people the way that she was acting with me. Like, you know what happened to the customers always right crap. I guess that's a lie. Let's see what this looks like on. This is too pink. It's really pretty though. This is a ColourPop lipstick. My husband really liked this on me, but I am not feeling it for this eyeshadow look. So I think I'm going to use the Mel Thompson collaboration with Christian Audet and use Beauty. I'm my gosh, it's like didn't even come off. Yeah, so I don't know. But I mean, if they keep on treating people like that, their business isn't going to last very long, because they lost a really loyal client or customer. Because when I find a brand that I like, especially an indie brand, as I am a small business owner, I always love to support the little guy. And they chose to treat me like nothing. So I most likely will not be purchasing products from them unless they make this right. Okay, so today I'm wearing just this sweater. I got this from, I think I got this from, yeah, I got this from American Eagle. I'm a super huge fan of American Eagle. They make really comfortable clothes. Their jeans are the best. And their sweaters, like they have this sweater called, it's like, ooh, incredibly soft sweater, and I have like 4 of them, and they are so soft. It's like you're wearing a pillow, and they're stylish, they're cute. It's really cold here, and so my favorite time of year, because I love to wear sweaters and scarves and beanies and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, this video has gone on for long enough. I hope you guys have I was going to put on lashes, but I think that this did a really good job of making my lashes look really, really full. I know from far away it doesn't look like it, but they did it. Like, my lashes look awesome. Alright, guys, I would really like some ideas from you guys on what you guys want to see from me. If there's any of you out there that really care, if you like this kind of video, I'll continue to make them. If you want something else, I will continue to make that. So far, I will say I am loving the Monsieur Big mascara. I'm liking this Bare Necessities palette, but I love everything ColourPop, to be perfectly honest, other than their pressed eyeshadows. I'm like, are you kidding me? Come on, like, stop it already. I mean, they're pressed glitters, like, that's enough. Like, nobody likes those. Except for maybe a kid. I don't know. But my daughter, actually, that's a lie. My daughter loves the pressed glitters, and when I dig them out of my eyeshadows palettes, she gets so mad. I think it's funny because I'm like, dude, I'm not going to use it, and it's just going to end up everywhere. So no. I don't even know how to store this because I don't want it to ruin even more, because I still want to use it. And I'm afraid to like store it standing up. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to. Okay, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. The week is over. I don't know what I'm talking about. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Yeah, have a great weekend. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and let me know down below if you've ever had a really bad experience with a company, and I'd like to hear about it, because, you know, I think we support companies with our dollar, and if they're going to treat us like crap, then we shouldn't be supporting them, because they exist because of us. So, alright guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.